Hello, and well, we just got back from a movie. Apparently, this one will not be 2 hours like our Batman or Justice League one. And joining me is my loving sister, my loving girlfriend, and my sister-in-law.
And as always,
yes, the pit bull.
And my Shimi puppers. Fun fact, apparently the pit bull won the terrier group at the Purina Dog Show there. The Westminster,
really?
yeah.
When did they start allowing pitties?
Just recently, because they're allowing for at least for the Purina, not for the other one.
Westminster. I was going to say.
Sorry. Anyways,
We aren't even into it, and we're already sidetracked.
And-
We love it.
well, you already see by the title what we went and saw, and
It sucked.
it
Sucked.
first we'll
The
go.
popcorn was good.
Speaking of which, where's my drink?
Out there somewhere.
As a film, go grab.
right back.
Could you grab mine too, honey? It's in the
Yes,
Smurfs cup.
I'm
So is mine.
So is hers.
There's one Smurfs cup right here.
That
It's gotta
Smurf
be
cup
Sam's.
is yours. I know. I drank it. It was root beer.
Well, then go get it.
Ah.
Ow!
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Come on, Pitbull.
So, okay.
Come on, Pitbull. I found mine. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So
I
yes.
could have been out there proud.
Okay. So yes, we saw. And
Or-
we saw Thor Ragnarok, and he really was unmighty in this.
Until the end.
Well, the thing is that, hold on, I'm adjusting the camera again. Hi, everyone. You can see my face.
You can see his nostril hair.
Is that your Tom? What the hell is it? Hooper. Tom Hooper, close up.
What? Oh,
Is that your Tom?
Tom Hooper, he was the dude that directed Les Mis, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Then yes. So, anyways,
The up nostril.
we'll talk about that in a separate vlog. So, we saw Thor, and no spoilers, it was what you thought. It felt like the most generic.
It was weak.
It was weak, which is really bad because they try setting this up to be epic, but at the same time they don't, because they don't have any follow through. You know what? So short, no spoilers. I would say wait for it on DVD and watch it. But everyone who's already wanted to go see it has probably saw it already. It's not worth the theater trip. This, it's not.
No.
The seats were comfy.
The seats were
Yes,
good.
it's
The popcorn was good.
We
We
got,
got new cups.
Cinema
We got
five.
new tub. We got a new tub. Other way.
You're not gonna be able to really see it either way because of the glare.
It's a Smurfs cup.
either way.
Okay.
So
And I have Wonder Woman.
short answer, no spoilers. If hypothetically we had to do a fucking grading system on this, it would be I would say it's probably a 3 or a 4 out of 10. Yeah,
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah,
Five.
it's about a
Five.
four.
in certain
It is a
parts.
participation trophy.
it is, and that's what I like. Everyone I know has been turning around and going, "Oh man, Raka Takahashi or
Ragnarok.
Takai, no, the guy who directed this. Oh man, he did so great with this and everything." And it's like, this is
Was it written on toilet paper?
This is a 10-minute film padded out for 2 hours by keeping the bloopers in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see it.
Like, this is a Tyler Perry's fucking Medea Goes to Asgard. This is stupid. And now, I liked the first Thor movie. It was what I felt a Thor movie should be. He is unworthy. He must become unworthy. You got a beginning, you got a middle, and you got an end. You know what the plot's going to be. You know he's going to, by the end, do it and become the Thor. But guess what? Chris Hemsworth, writing-wise, for the first one, he was entertaining. He does have a charm to him. The problem is he is a charming person when you give him what to say. You can't just go, "Okay, boy, turn on your funny." I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I know what it is. You have that one guy in high school that everybody adores. He's just so aw shucks, ma'am. No big yellows, cute and charming. And then he comes back for the 10-year reunion, and he's still running the same shtick from 10 years ago. And it's no longer aw shucks, cute and fuzzy. It's just tired and old.
I'm going to use what I use to describe it because a lot of people have been comparing Thor Ragnarok to Justice League because they came out so close to each other and are still currently battling in theaters. Justice League is not not well-made film. It is sex in the Burger King bathroom, but you got
a couple of O's out of it.
You feel dirty for doing it.
But you enjoyed it anyway.
But it was enjoyable. It was fun. It was something different. Whereas Thor Ragnarok is you've been married to this person for 10 years.
You've already hit snooze twice, and you're waiting for the 3-year-old to come get to want milk.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
And you can make it's this horrible, sad. It almost makes me feel sad because they try in this, and now we're going out of spoiler. We're spoiler crossing. Beep beep beep. Watch if you haven't watched the movie, you're not missing much. But everyone will tell me how wrong I am because how dare Justice League be more entertaining? And that's what pisses me off.
How dare Justice League be more entertaining?
How dare Justice League be more entertaining than Thor Ragnarok? You have Hulk punching a giant wolf in this. You have Thor finally embracing godhood, whatever that fucking means. Well, actually, we know what it means. It means he just generally becomes your standard, I can float and shoot lightning now kind of person.
Thor becomes powder.
Thor becomes Thor.
Thor becomes a pussy.
Thor, by the end of the movie,
yes,
when he embraces his godhood,
yes, he embraces. He's the god of thunder now.
Yeah,
but the thing is that
there wasn't that much thunder though. It was
mostly lightning.
For the god of thunder, he shoots a lot of sparkles out of his hand. Now,
okay.
First, let's go with the plot. The plot is very simple. Thor's daddy dies. The end.
Biggest.
Hold on, no, it's not a spoiler. Well, it is a spoiler, but either way, spoiler shields up.
I keep forgetting that gods can die.
Well, the thing is that Odin.
Did he die in the first one?
Hold on.
I thought so.
Okay, Thor's been having visions ever since Age of Ultron of Ragnarok. Awesome. Would really like to see really better versions of that.
Yeah, they actually explained that.
So that. And then he's like, comes back to Asgard. Sorry.
We're taking the hobbits to Isengard?
We're taking the franchise to Isengard! But, and then Loki, short answer, Hela comes back. Who's Hela? Well, anyone who with a brain is wrong because it's actually Odin's daughter.
At least in this, universe.
Thor has a big sister.
Thor has a big sister. What's funny about that is when he actually got a sister in the comics, he lost his hammer, so Jane fucking Foster could become Thor. But that's neither here nor there. But so Hela is Odin's firstborn daughter, who is apparently the only person to help him conquer 9 kingdoms, even though the 9 kingdoms aren't actually conquered. But so Thor and Loki now have to fight her, or rather, Thor has to fight her, but nope, we need to take a 40-minute break from that because we need to fucking knock off Planet Hulk in the stupidest way possible. Because there's no stakes in this movie.
No.
Especially when Jeff Goldblum goes, because... Okay.
Jeff Goldblum is the Grandmaster. And you know what? He plays the Grandmaster pretty well.
No, he plays Jeff Goldblum well.
Why did we have 40 minutes of The Running Man or The Hunger Games or Maze Runner?
Because they could milk jokes out of it.
Ragnarok?
The other thing is who came up with this idea that we needed 80% of a movie that is not a comedy?
No, it is a comedy.
It needs to be improvised.
It's a comedy with a little bit of fast cut action. That's what it is. It's not an action film. It's not a Thor film.
It's a bad comedy.
It is a bad comedy.
The only thing I have one positive thing I can say about this movie.
Okay.
No.
Now there are funny moments in this.
The fact that this is the first Thor-based or Marvel-based movie with Norse mythology mixed in that actually didn't have Odin as the shiny, happy, rainbow-licking, kitten-hugging creature that they had turned him into.
Well,
They went back to the fact that the Norse gods were mother effing badasses.
well, the thing is that the first Thor movie did have them more Norse, where Odin, I'm benevolent now, but I will fucking end you. And Anthony Hopkins did play him like he was at the end of his life, but like he was a badass in his youth. And that's what pisses me off is that this film, actually the Dom on YouTube or Channel Awesome now, was talking about the Harry Potter franchise. He did this long, talking about how adaptation, how they worked as adaptations.
Okay.
And when it came to Order of the Phoenix or The Half-Blood Prince, the director stopped writing the films as though they were sequels to the movies. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's fine. It's still going. It's just my screen. And they're going to just continue seeing me lean forward. And then what he was brought up is that it's kind of a sins of the father thing. Or rather, less sins of the father and more, they started writing, they started doing more, hey, if you read the book, you know what happened here. They started adapting the books, if you understand what I mean, though.
It's like,
It's like,
oddly enough,
the
Twilight
broken
series.
mirror from Harry Potter.
Yes. If you've
In
read the book.
read the books, you know exactly what it is, but it's never brought up before
No. And
in the
like,
film, so it's like him randomly pulling out of his sock. It's like, what the fuck? This actually feels pretty much exactly like that. This is what, the 10th or 11th movie in the MCU? And you can really feel that they're no longer adapting the films. You've always had that feeling that they knew generally what the film, the previous films were going to be, or what the next
But the monkey was driving the bus.
Yeah.
This was so far away from anything it needed to be.
Yeah.
Like, what? AJ, we were talking about it on the way home, AJ and I. Why did we need a Doctor Strange? Why did Doctor Strange need to be in it?
Oh, well, clearly, because without it, we would never know that they could never find Odin without Doctor Strange.
Who's in Norway? Well, if I'm based on
I'm a Norse god,
where would I go? Shady Acres?
Yes.
Detroit.
I did enjoy the Shady Acres.
No, it's Shady Acres.
Oh, yeah.
The Shady Acres was...
Yeah.
But
Shady
it becomes
Pines,
this thing that Doctor Strange didn't need to be in it.
No.
Period.
No.
Hulk didn't actually need to be in it. But hold on, I could see why, but here's the thing. A lot of people, because on my favorite, on where I talk comic books, not the channel, the group on Facebook I talk comic books with, I brought up that Justice League, Thor should have been more epic than the Justice League. And I don't mean that because, oh my god, it's the Justice League and it was an epic film. But Thor, when your plot is literally Hela has killed all the big Asgard names we know, except for Sif, who doesn't appear because they couldn't get her contract in. Or Natalie Portman, because she jumped shit faster than the first white bitch off the Titanic.
Is that Mama Brown or something like that?
That was the unsinkable Molly Brown.
Molly Brown, that's it.
And she was not played. Well, I don't know if Natalie Portman did the unsinkable Molly Brown.
No,
Molly
Molly Brown was played by Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates, yeah.
Yeah, but it's white chick off of Titanic.
Anyway.
It's fine.
But, by the way, one line in this. Oh, sorry she dumped you. The end. It's not like this woman, is integrated into the superhero universe now that she's been dating Thor.
For 2 movies.
3, actually 4, because she was still dating him in Age of Ultron.
So, yeah. Didn't Natalie Portman have a kid? And
Natalie Portman did not appear in it, but they were
dating.
Yeah.
But didn't she have a kid, and that's why she didn't come back for the 3rd movie?
I don't know why. I don't care why.
She was filming Black Swan.
She was doing Mila Kunis, apparently. Anyways, so where the hell was I ranting? Right.
We don't.
When your plot is, oh my god, Hela has taken over Asgard. Thor, anytime he talks about his mission, is We've got to get to Asgard. We have to get to Asgard. I need to get back to Asgard.
Asgard or bust.
You can't. You diminish any terror, any urgency, any. Oh my God! We need to get this guy back to Asgard. We want him to succeed in his goal by literally peppering everyone else in this damn movie to be a comic relief character. You can't do that. Ezra Miller, I bitch. We watch part 1 or 2. God knows. Watch the 2-hour vlog on Justice League. Ezra Miller was annoying. Okay, but he was 1 out of 6 characters, not counting any side characters like J.K. Simmons or stuff like that. He was 1 of 6 heavy-hitting characters, or not heavy-hitting, but you understand what I mean. He was 1 of 6 characters. It was an ensemble piece. Boom. When you have one character, Thor, who does still have many fucking lines in this that are literally just, well, I'm trying to be funny. Look at my wacky comedic timing.
Yeah.
Like, I will admit, I kind of giggled at the Searcher thing, where he's on a chain, and going, wait a second.
Wait, hold on. I really thought we had a connection going there. This isn't really my fault. I'll be right back.
But the thing is that you could read that as, okay, he's being overly cocky and everything like that. You could read that as he's being he's being a character. He's being who he is, not meme fodder. But then you got Korg, the rock guy.
He reminded me of Mike Tyson. Actually after he bit Holyfield's ear.
But then you got Korg, who is, every line in that is literally just, I'm wondering when they're going to make a meme of this.
Mm-hmm.
I've already seen several memes about looks like you had a very intimate relationship with this hammer, and losing it was like losing a loved one. Guess what? You know what they should have done for that instead of giving it to the dude who can only speak in funny lines? Showing that, wow, instead of trying to play off that the destruction of Thor's hammer was quite literally just to show how Hela was hella strong, you should have had Thor go, oh my God, my hammer, in which the thing I love. Also, if you're going to have a play within your movie to pretty much show what happens in Dark World, don't have your on-stage Thor show more of an acting range than your actual fucking Thor.
By the way, the on-stage Thor was Luke Helmsworth, the older brother of Chris.
So what you're saying is
That's
that
hilarious.
quite literally the eldest had acting talent, the second one has good abs, and then you got Liam who...
He actually can act.
Give me one... If you even say hunger or anything, I smack you.
No, I was going with the last song.
The fuck is the last song?
Last song was the one where he actually originally met Miley Cyrus.
But what is the
Wait,
film?
the last song. That's the Miley Cyrus movie.
It's Miley Cyrus movie.
No, the Miley Cyrus movie is Hannah Montana.
No.
Which has the best... Hold on. Which has the best ending ever. Where she finally goes, I don't need to be Hannah Montana anymore. I'm going to be Miley. And then the entire crowd around her goes, no, put your wig back on. We want to live the lie.
Honestly, that is how this movie ends.
Oh, kinda, yeah.
It really is. How do you get an entire town to keep your, a huge secret like that? But anyway.
But no, the thing is, her song, The Climb.
Yes.
That was where that came from. It was her single. She sings it. It's finally her going, I don't need to hide who I am. I can climb the mountain. And then literally the entire audience going,
Put your back down there, bitch!
It's like if Fergie turned around and decided to make her, big girls don't cry. Oh wait, that was Fergie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then literally everyone said, show us your lumps! My lumps. My lovely lady.
No,
my
it's my
hump.
hump. My
Either
hump.
way, the
My
point
lovely lady hump.
is that
Check it out.
is that Thor has one note in this.
And it's sour.
And it's not good. Like, they try... It's 3 different films, and none of them are fleshed out. It wants to be this epic, oh my God, Ragnarok, I must stop Ragnarok from happening. Only to realize I must let Ragnarok happen to stop Hela. Okay, that's a great idea. But don't make it a 3-second thing in this. There is no... That's the problem with
There's
this
no
film.
arc.
I did like that it eventually wrapped back around to that, but in the middle, is like, is that actually gonna happen?
The problem is that it didn't wrap around. It's a plateau.
It never
It's like,
arcs.
oh, it
You're
was here
supposed
and then it
to
was
arc.
there.
It
That's
Basically, let's do the same thing with Lord of the Rings. Okay, we got to get this to Isengard. Oh man, I tripped over a rock, and now we're at Mordor. We have to get this ring to Mordor. Why do I want to say Isengard today?
Because we're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
But literally, anytime anything is brought up, it's solved within 5 seconds.
Why?
But they couldn't solve the idea that the fucking bridge is glass, and people were like, I'm sorry, the big doggy walks down it and cracks the fucking thing.
Oh my god, you know why that pissed me off even more? Okay, the climactic battle is on the Bifrost. Guess what else movie had a climactic battle on the Bifrost?
The first Thor.
The first Thor, where literally, to defeat Loki, Thor broke Bifrost, or technically it's not the Bifrost is their laser beam travel gun.
Yeah. They took the sword for that.
Also,
How are they going to have, the sword was taken.
Yeah.
They're idiots for leaving the sword, by the way. It's like leaving your car door unlocked and the key's in the ignition and someone steals your car.
Mm-hmm.
What is up with you and car theft via unlocking today?
Because we've been to the movies.
I'm currently on an argument with people on Facebook about that shit.
All you had to do was say Facebook.
No, even RPD is going to lock your fucking cars, moron.
But
they don't.
But no, that's what. And then they try giving Scourge an arc. That was just moronic.
It was painful.
It was very painful, but he got to be. All he wanted to do was to be noticed.
And guess what? No one noticed him because no one was looking at him when he went. Brr, brr. Oh God, I'm dead now. Congratulations. He got 0 point. That's Carl Urban you just murdered.
Okay,
Urban. He was McCoy in the reboots for Star Trek.
Oh my God!
Oh really?
Put air on him. Yes.
Oh,
he
shit.
was Aemir, the dude with the spear, the one who
If they
the Rohan Riders.
But again, the big fucking dog walks down the whatever you called it.
It's Bifrost.
It's not
Bifrost.
Bifrost.
We'll call it the Bifrost, but the Rainbow Bridge at least
and
is the
cracks
Bifrost.
it. Fucking Banner drops 30 feet and cracks Banner.
I actually
I thought he was going to stretch.
that is another beef
I was
have
waiting
with
for the Wile E. Coyote. Ouch.
That was goofy, but still.
No.
No.
The Wile E. Coyote lands and he'll
I didn't say she was funny. I said she was fucking goofy. Goofy is in. But
what the fuck?
We're done.
But
I think they're overtired now. We're done.
But okay, literally, everything in this movie is played for laughs.
Yeah.
There is. I'm gonna teach you. Apparently, filmmakers all across the world. If you turn around and go, it's time for a hero moment or something like that, and then do a beat. Oh man, I mistimed this, and then the heroic thing happens. Fine, that's funny. Do it a second time. Okay, that's funny. When Banner's like, I'll show you who I am, jumps out of a fucking plane, smashes onto the ground, he's dead.
Not to mention he's fucking telling a Valkyrie, it's all gonna be alright now.
But to be fair, Mark Ruffalo fucking sucked in this movie.
Yeah, Hulk.
Hold on. So the second time, something heroic happens. Played for laughs. You do it a third time, you need to turn around and go, this is what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to, maybe it's time to hero up. Go destroy Asgard. Or, we have to hold off until Loki, till Loki can summon Surtur. It's time to hero up. Boom! Have a hero moment. You don't leave it at 2 and then go, wow, this is pointless shit. You should not leave a film and have less...
How did Loki get on the ship? It bugged me.
Remember they offered her to come with them
at the very
end.
No,
at the end of the movie.
When Loki
last
went
thing we see
into
of Loki, he is putting the freaking helmet into the
The Eternal Flame.
Eternal Flame.
Think Pat Benatar.
The Bangles. Fuck.
Whatever. The chick with a guitar.
It's a band with a guitar.
No, because he came up and he was fighting with them after the helmet thing.
No,
that was before.
That was before. He puts the helmet in. what the fuck, big, lava dude comes
The
up,
shit demon that's burning.
basically.
Surtur.
Surtur comes out, and then Valkyrie and Thor are running to the, go to the ship. Actually no, they get Hulk first because Hulk attacks. So the three of them get onto the ship. Where'd Loki go?
And then Loki's
He was
there.
on the ship.
Then Loki's there,
If you were actually here, I'd hug you. Oh,
and
but I
he
am.
throws the thing, and Loki's there.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
Okay, how'd he get on the ship?
It
those
doesn't
are
show
smaller
that.
nitpicks to me. Like, how do you get onto the ship? Shit like that.
How do you get there 2 weeks before Thor?
First, I want to say, the actress who played Valkyrie,
Tessa something.
Tessa Fowler? No, Tess Fowler is a comic writer. Either way, you could tell, could do good things if this character wasn't written to be the one-notiest one-note. I'm a strong, independent woman who actually has a heart of gold, and we'll find that out in the third act. But or the end of the second act to get us to the third act. But we don't know that until later.
But for now, I'm Han Solo in a skirt.
Trying to be a bad.
No, she had
I'm
pants.
just in it for the money.
And I'm going to tell another thing. Directors, writers. A strong woman does not equal a strong character.
No.
It is just the same with a guy. If you wrote a guy to be, I'm strong and independent, but mysterious. Soon, I'll have my heart of gold shown to the world. They're still a bland character because it isn't about... It's a problem that a lot of writers now are having because anything written to be not strong and independent and don't need no man is deemed sexist. Don't worry, I'll let you get onto your political history thing because I'm going to say this. So instead, you have a new stereotype that hurts. The only time Valkyrie felt like an actual character to me was for 5 seconds when she comes into Hulk's room. When when they have that quick little game of grab ass. It's not actually grab ass, but you understand what I mean if you saw the movie. If you don't, she's just showing a camaraderie to Hulk. Doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't have to play up, will they, won't they? Because guess what?
They don't.
But then you also have moments with Thor where you can kind of see a chemistry there that you can tell is directed to hint, but because it's not like, when you see two people who are dating in real life play brother and sister in a movie, and it's like, got that creepy vibe. Could you lightly slide my mouse pad over? There you go. Thank you. Hey, for once I didn't want to lean to the camera. But, so you have Valkyrie being a non-character for, and she tries. You can tell that Tess, it's like Ray Fisher in Justice League. There's nothing there on paper for this character, but they're trying their damnedest to make it something. So I'm interested in seeing Valkyrie later on, as long as they change her fucking costume.
Oh my
that
god,
last
yeah.
costume was off.
I thought I kind of really liked. Sorry, the dog's on the court. I really liked her Scrapper 149 or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
I liked her black ensemble there.
the black leather.
I thought it worked great for the character, but then at the end, instead of giving her chainmail, instead of doing anything they
What
could,
a Valkyrie should have.
well, I understand them trying to.
But they didn't give her what a Valkyrie should have.
They
No.
gave her like
Again, I
They
understand.
gave her
a dress with
They
some
gave her
gold
the
pieces on it.
They gave her the generic superhero costume.
They gave her the Walmart Batman suit.
They gave her the Walmart Batman suit.
It wasn't even that good. It was literally like a denim dress with gold pieces.
Denim. That's what it looked like.
It did look like
It did
jeans.
look like
I like
it's
the
like,
blue of the cape,
yeah.
Not Gibbs. Gibbs is bad.
and I did like Thor's costume throughout this.
I
thought
like
it
the
looked-
Ragnarok costume.
But really,
the black one at
truly-
the end was really hot.
But really, truly, it's a bad thing when you're watching an action movie, and your first thought in watching this is, I like how Charmed handled the Valkyrie costumes better.
Yeah.
And they showed a lot more ass.
Eh.
No. They were leather miniskirts, if I remember rightly, with leather halter tops.
Mm-hmm. But that's what a Valkyrie would wear.
More so than
They were the battle clan of the.
And I will say that I did like one Easter egg I thought. So, no, I don't like the fact that Beta Ray Bill does not make an appearance. His head is just part of the
Grandmasters.
pillar of champions. It's a neat nod, but no. What I actually liked is that the woman that saved this Valkyrie looked exactly like God, I used to know what her actual human name was. But the Valkyrie from the comics. You know, the blonde hair, blue eyes.
Mhm.
You know, and I thought that was a nice little nod. But you didn't earn it, movie. Anyways, so I like Tess, whatever the hell.
I didn't know. I
Tessa
looked at it, I forgot.
I know her name because she came out in an interview and said, well, I think Valkyrie would be bi, which we all go, yeah, no duh. Kind of like when everyone tried pulling we need to make articles about Wonder Woman's sexuality. She lives on an island filled with women.
She's bi. It happens. It's good. It's okay. We move on.
You no need make big deal. We no need make big deal.
But everything's a big deal.
Of course it does, because... Anyways, we're not going to get into that branch.
No,
I've ranted about
that can of fish.
I have several videos, well, probably not down below, but up to the side.
Is it going to be that side?
I'm really hoping.
Actually, I think it would be on that side.
No, because see...
It would be in the...
Well,
no,
the
because...
screen's here.
If the screen is there...
And some people go both ways.
So, anyways...
Well, it depends on what they actually have the screen size as.
The character that actually got something out of me on this one...
It's Shimmer. Come on.
There was one moment where
Get
you can
up
actually
here.
tell acting was done, and the funny part is that 90% of that acting was CG work. It was when Hulk sees a message from Black Widow that we saw at the end of Age of Ultron when he was flying off. You know, the get out of cloak so we can talk big guy. And he's tweaking because he hasn't been Hulk in like 2 years.
He hasn't been Bruce in 2 years.
Or he hasn't been Bruce in 2 years, so suddenly the dude is coming out. And, you know, it's actually a really well done scene that then gets hindered by
what
just
the fuck just
really
happened?
bad Mark Ruffalo being... I like Mark Ruffalo, but this was the most spastic thing ever, and I understand.
The voice for the Hulk was actually Mark this time, not Lou. What the hell is his name?
Ferrigno, yeah. I know, because...
Isn't Lou Ferrigno dead now?
No, he's still living.
Last I knew he was alive.
In fact, he usually does the growls for the Hulk.
He usually does all the voices.
But because there's so much prominent Hulkage in this, that I think they went with Mark. I'm assuming you looked it up on, yeah. But
I got bored and was reading during the 10 minutes of credits to get that, 2-minute thing.
It was like 30 seconds.
Whatever.
At least Justice League had the decency to have a really nice synth wave. I swore I heard the Stranger Things fucking theme song playing, and I'm not talking about all synth waves sound like. No, it was a.
Where did you hear it? Where? My irritation was pure imagination during the welcome to whatever the hell planet this Grand Master.
Sakaar.
Yeah. But I'm seeing pure imagination. I'm like, there's a problem here.
But actually, it was pure imagination.
It was.
But Hulk is only in this because Hulk.
Nobody else wanted him to be.
Like,
think about it.
Well, no, it's the thing is that Hulk. They could have made this work. Like, the problem that I really dislike this film is that it is literally a blue balls of a film. It never gets you
promises a lot.
It does.
Yeah. It's got the cleavage. It's got the kissy face. It's batting its lashes at you for an hour and a half.
And then it goes home with the drunk guy who kind of looks like Joss Whedon.
No, and then it
no,
says,
you're right. Joss Whedon's off of the Marvel
girls
film.
Don't put out on the third date.
Basically, like you neutered.
Or going with the married 10 years, they fall asleep before anything happens.
Okay.
Okay, that's actually.
No, that's really good.
But that's it.
Dinner and a movie, and you're like, okay, we're gonna go home. We're gonna,
have some
fool around, have some fun, have fun naked time, and you
Fun naked time.
naked time, and you pass out with the minute you
And that's really it.
Really.
It is not a bad film. It is better made than Justice League.
Okay.
Hold on.
CG
Editing wise, like
No,
on a
CG wise, no, you can tell it's all
on
CG,
a
though.
technical level, it was better made than Thor because it was stretched out to be 2 fucking hours long
Yeah.
versus chopped up to be.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
But that does not make it a better film.
But the other thing is,
I mean, yes, general consensus is that, oh my god, the Marvel Studios can do no more wrong. Viva la mouse! Fuck the mouse, man! Gets inside your brain!
no, the mouse actually did. They actually did point out something socially with this.
I think you're reading into it because you're too big into the politics on the Facebook system.
Only when it comes to right. Anyways, no, think about it. Did you not just see the article about how they are changing how the Tears Trail of Tears was done?
Yes.
Okay.
But do you
In
realize
this movie-
what was actually said in that article?
They willingly let, depending on which article you're at. I read like 10. I find them.
Short answer is what she's trying to get into is that the glossing over of Norse mythology
Not even that.
equals the America
Changing
glossing
history.
over. The problem is
But
that
Odin changed history. Nobody knew who Hela was.
no one knew who Hela was because 5 millennia later,
But
yes, he changed who he was, which changed the... And guess what? The thing about American history right now is that everyone wants it to be darker than it was most of the time.
No, I want to just be right.
It'll never be right because you will always have someone going,
I know.
well, you can't.
People are just.
You know, it was only X group that, people disliked. Or, don't you know that every gay person who comes out will be disowned by their parents? So you have to be afraid to come out to your parents. Please note, my sister is in fact ugly. But she's not only she's not only ugly, she's fat. But but not only is she fat, she's a lesbian. You can't. Ow! Why'd you hit me for that one?
I don't know because it was perfect.
But anyways, I get
No,
what you-
no. When you sit there, you're like, okay, everybody's getting this watered down. No, not even watered down. We're gonna hide all the bad things that happened.
Yes, you got something watered down from a watered down film.
It wasn't just a gilded age; it's a gilded country.
But that's the thing. It could think about how actually it could have been. That could have worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're right. You could read the depth into that. The problem is the film didn't read the depth into
No,
that.
the film actually kind of they did with Hela going. Nobody knows who I am.
You're right. And then
She goes and she throws the things up.
By the way, that is the stupidest thing ever. To give her something to do so she's so super of a threat. She just does what Loki does from the first film.
Oh my
and
God,
is able
yeah.
to just throw shit. Out of, poof, I got something, throw. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. But she throws the things up there to destroy the ceiling, bring it down, and then goes, "This is what we should be. Everybody should know.
Should have known. Yeah.
This is what we should have known."
But it's not so much that she said this is what everyone should know. That was one. Odin's fucking stupid. He really did call the cheapest dude to retile his fucking roof.
I wonder if he did.
Well, the gold stuff in the background did move.
Well, yeah, they
Really
all did.
creepy.
I've always thought that looked really neat that they had the movie
It actually did
tapestry
cool.
thing.
But it was kind of a bummer because there's nothing moving on the one underneath it.
Well,
Kinda.
that's because at that point, the best way I can describe it is that with it.
By the way, we're at 40 minutes, so let's.
Okay, we're wrapping up.
We are not doing 2 hours this time.
With the moving is because it's moving history. It's current time, and it's not moving underneath because it's
Past. And
bam.
You don't want it.
It's like the difference between the New and Old Testament.
Anywho, as they're going to discuss this after we're done with the film, after we're done with this,
It was a good explanation.
it was a good
We're
explanation.
done.
We're good.
But, so, let's go into, before final thoughts, the film needed to be more epic and less jokey. Have Thor actually show more than just his well, I'm going to be as stern about this as I can be, but not too stern that people will think that I'm taking this role seriously. And that's what pisses me off.
Yeah, when he was getting mad, when he was talking with the Hulk, he didn't even seem really mad. He seemed jokingly mad, just pretending and kicking shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like any emotion
And
behind
that's
it.
the problem, is that, like, Captain America Winter Soldier, my favorite MCU film, has some humor in it. You know, it's a joking back and forth, be it between, you know, Bucky and Falcon, or, like, Falcon and...
Yeah,
okay, that was Winter
right.
Soldier. That was Civil War. But there's the
I don't
humor
think I've
to
ever
it.
seen yet.
But it is a camaraderie, familial humor, i.e., like when I called my sister ugly, fat, and a lesbian. I didn't call her butch, though.
Because I'm not really that butch. I do.
You are extremely masculine, sister, and I love you for it, but you are my brother.
That one you can be slapped for.
No,
But-
that's a normal joke.
But see, that's it's a bond between people, you know, ha ha ha, make the joke, you know, and you can add the snarky ha ha's, fuck you kind of jokes in there. But the problem is that you have a serious plot here. You should not, and I get everyone's, oh man, this is a fun ride. It shouldn't be.
No, not
On
if
a script level. Hela gonna kill everybody in Asgard to continue killing everybody everywhere because she wants to continue the conquest of the 9 realms, which apparently we only stopped at 9 realms solely because Odin decided, nah, 9's fine.
I think it was because Thor was born.
Yeah,
And
that's what they were alluding at.
That's
That
what they were alluding
the
to.
good guy was being born,
Yeah.
that he didn't want to be bad anymore.
And let's say this. I am a father of 2 wonderful boys.
The monarch.
And yes, you do change when you become a father. But if you're
Anytime
already
you have a
a conquering king, I doubt it's going to be, you know what, let's just make a peace treaty now.
Yeah, why are we making a peace treaty?
Especially when your entire civilization, Asgard's entire civilization, is based off of being a warrior. Norse mythology isn't based on finding the most benevolent and kind deity as long as you follow our church. It is, my god could kick your god's ass. Yeah, well, my god has 2 M16s. Scourge.
No, we got
Yeah,
the
you got
job.
it.
It's this and Troy.
But
You know, that was
That's-
actually a pretty good name. That was a really good name.
But
That
by
was
the way.
funny.
But the problem is that you can't, you know, or you can, but you can't go, oh, this is an action movie with some light comedy, when even, you know, a comedy film that is, hey, we're going to go save the world, can have more of a heart to it, you know?
Dogma.
Dogma, perfect example. Comedy through and through. But it knew when, okay, here's the shit demon, ha ha ha, oh, he has the spray because Jay farts a lot, versus, you know, I don't know if I can do this. Really, can I do this? And kind of stuff like that. You have to have a character worth following to
There was
be...
no sympathy. We could not be sympathetic
Yeah, it wasn't.
towards
Literally,
the Asgard is being destroyed. Okay.
okay,
So-
great. Show me Thor's anguish at losing his father. Okay. 3 seconds later,
No.
fuck it, we're done with that. And that's the problem, is that anytime something even remotely interesting would come up, it would...
Kind of cut it off at, oh, that's starting to get interesting.
Exactly. And, you know, I would love to have seen Thor snap at Loki. You know, he does the, you know, dad's dead because of you kind of thing.
But that's it.
But then he starts getting pissed, he says it, and then we're done with the scene. And then Hela pops up, fuck it, let's screw all that. But what if you held on to that for 15 seconds? All of a sudden, you know, lightning shoots out, Thor punches Loki, and you start seeing that fiery, smoldery rage that, you know, Thor
And
alludes
should have.
to, and that's a big thing. Thor alludes that, you know, Hulk, we're not that different. I'm also fiery too, you know, and, you know, I've got a rage too, and it's like, no, you don't. You have a pissy attitude half the
It's
time.
like a whiny
He's just a
3-year-old.
whiny.
And that's it. It's not that he doesn't have the
Well, yell at
rage.
your kid for that.
Yeah.
When your kid's being a whiny 3-year-old, we yell at him.
It's true. So the point is final thoughts. I
Wouldn't say hate.
do not hate this film. My biggest problem with it is that it needed a different director. It needed 3 months more on the script. And the only reason I say it needed a different director is because cinematically it's fine. But that's all it is. It's fine. 90% of what is in this film was not created by the director. It was created by,
The actors.
I was going to say ILM, but ILM doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
It was all, you could tell that most of this was, I'm busy counting my money. You guys know each other for the past few years now. Play off each other. It's like there's nothing in the script. So anytime, and you said you were reading something where Raka, whatever the hell, was like, oh, we made this a comedy.
We did it. They did the comedy because the director wanted to make it more comedic to show Chris Helmsworth's comedic range because it's an underused or under something.
And it is underutilized.
It is.
He isn't a bad. He isn't not funny. The problem is that you can't take a character like Thor whose comedy is more incidental than I'm gonna say something hilarious right now.
Yeah, like when he calls for his hammer. He calls for the hammer, and it
Hold
doesn't
on, I
come.
didn't time that right.
I
And
timed that right. That was funny.
Okay, yeah, that was
And
good.
that
But
is
then
the
you
difference
have
in
him
comics.
literally doing 3 minutes of, oh, he's my friend from work. Why aren't you, it's like, oh my god, we get it. He's a friend from work. So you think working with the Avengers is work. You're a warrior, dude. That's your kind of lifestyle. But anyways, so final thoughts
Wait till it gets on DVD,
It was
and
mediocre.
then maybe buy it.
when it comes in. That's my answer. Wait until DVD. I personally would say that it's not. This is
It wasn't
totally
worth my
worth
$10.
skipping, and it doesn't set up for Infinity Wars like I know some people are like a lot of
They're trying to say
articles.
it does.
It
Yeah.
did.
But
It did
barely
for,
at the very
in the end when
credits.
when
It-
Romulans showed
Skip
up.
everything else, just watch the end credits to
And
allude
even then,
to the ship of the next movie.
it's like it doesn't really set anything up because Avengers, Thanos going, okay, I'm here now. That's setting it up. It doesn't. But to be fair, I also hate Thanos as a character because he's never really written well. Anyways, I would say skip it. But to be fair, there's only been like 3 or 4 MCU movies that I'd say are truly good, truly fantastic. 2 of them, people hate.
All right.
Okay, so that's my final thoughts. What's yours? Actually, best and worst moment.
No, we're ending it at an hour.
Okay, it's only 48
I
minutes.
honestly said what I was gonna say.
Okay.
It's mediocre. It was colorful, very colorful.
I'll give you color.
I like the colorfulness of it.
Problem
The people
is
they didn't show the people as beautifully as they did in Justice League because holy crap, every scene was like a fucking photo shoot.
well, that's because that's what
Sexy,
Zack
sexy
Snyder
people.
does. Is he sets up for more moving panel because because he started as a comic fan, and then used that. Whereas a lot more people are generally into the standard movie role when the standard movie director when they go into it.
Gave you my best and worst.
Yeah, you did. But just so
Any
your final thoughts?
Not really.
She could have fallen asleep during the movie, but instead of us talking,
I almost fell asleep during the movie.
Me too.
Oh yeah, Hulk acted like Ezzy.
Of
Or
course.
the 3-year-old when
Okay, that was a good
threw
point
his
when
almost tempo
when
tantrum.
they were battling in the arena and Hulk took Thor out Loki style. That was good.
Oh my god,
Okay,
that
that
was
was
Loki
Okay.
going, how's that feel? That was a funny one.
that was actually
Mhm.
funny. But to be fair, I hated it in the
Oh yeah,
Avengers,
there was
so-
one moment when Helena was swinging.
Hella.
Hela was swinging her sword, and at the same time she was taking out 3 people with her helmet.
Okay,
That was a good moment for me.
The battle
I couldn't-
scenes weren't that bad. They were much better than
But
in.
they needed more to
sucked
flesh
for
out the
me.
movie.
Well, they were better than freaking.
To me, they sucked because
Justice League.
you could really tell. Yes. But the thing about Justice League versus this film's action is that even when Wonder is fighting, a digitally in there Steppenwolf, you saw Gal Gadot swinging the sword.
Yes.
In this, it was literally, I was having Neo flashbacks from The Matrix when
Oh my
Hela was
God,
trying to
yes!
fight everyone. Because you could tell
Yes!
she wasn't there. You could tell, oh man, did a flip. That's not Kate Blanchett. That was who,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, we're going to end this on my personal favorite joke that I made. Hela, she's like, I'm no longer the daughter they forgot. But she dresses just like Loki. So clearly, Odin just gave Loki all of Hela's outfits. I know I could have set that up better. But either way, it's late. I'm tired. So,
Good night.
from all of us, from our family to yours, God, please don't see this movie. Marvel Studios needs to understand that because they add funny to something that is mediocre,
Does not
Does
make
that
it.
make it
does
a
not
good
mean
film?
that they deserve to be praised.
At least
They will never change to be better. You guys want Logan or Deadpool in the Marvel universe? You need to show them that, hey, they have to leave their comfort zone. This film proved that. Tripe. You guys will buy fucking Tripe. Not you guys at home. I love you guys. I love your faces. Now I'm getting out of here. Everyone say bye-bye.
Bye.
Say goodnight, Jim Bob.
Night, Jim Bob.